This video is a crash course on who is Velvet Marquez and what is carbonation. So, Velvet Marquez is a cult member, she is also known as Eliana or Nana or Chiefess. And she's a young woman. She's about 23 now, I believe. She joined the cult when she was 17, I believe. And she joined the cult because she's into natural things. She's into um, living life in a natural way, taking from the land, living off the land. And she thought that this cult was about that lifestyle as well. But when she joined the cult, she discovered that the cult is not about that. It's basically a sex cult. But anyway, she joined the cult and she was married to a guy named Olmec. They're not legally married. It was like a who knows kind of marriage. Um, so she was first with Olmec, who you can see here. He's like leaning against her head or whatever in this picture. And then next you know, she ends up with the leader of the cult named Eligio Bishop, also known as Nature Boy, also known as Baba G. They change their names so often it's hard to keep up with. But anyway, here's her with Baba G and their baby. Um, she's not Muslim. They are not Muslims. They like to cosplay different faiths, different cultures, and this is them just cosplaying um, Islam. At a certain point, they were cosplaying that. So anyway, Nana, I'm gonna call her by her real name. They change their names so often. Her name is Ilian. Her name is Velvet, and she's basically a narcissist. She is toxic. She has taken on the persona of Nature Boy, and nobody holds her accountable for it. She is abusive towards the cult members. She has been known to like hit the woman and abuse the woman. She's been known to do sexual acts in front of her daughter. They regularly have group sex, and they have sex in front of the baby. And she's admitted to this on camera, so I don't even have to say allegedly at any time in this video because everything that I'm saying they have done at different times on camera, except for having the group sex in front of the baby. Because obviously, if we had that footage, we could send it to the FBI. We don't have that footage. We just have them saying that they do this. Anyway, so she basically puts hands on the woman in the cult. She has sex in front of her daughter. She lots of things she does. This is supposed to be a crash course, so I'm trying to keep it brief. And then later on, I'll make more videos like talking about each cult member. But I just want to start with her because she's right now she's doing something outrageous. Well, she just finished doing something outrageous, which was she met a guy and literally she immediately had this guy taking her daughter to the bathroom, bathing her daughter, and her daughter is like 2 years old. And that's just crazy. Nobody holds her accountable. All the people who are like who regularly speak to her on Bigo, they don't hold her accountable. Nobody's allowed to ask her any real questions because she starts fake crying, and they basically enable her to have this toxic behavior and not be accountable for the things that she does. She does not have a job. She basically just lives off of donations and lives off of Bigo, which is an app that gives people money for going live. And basically, I believe she is going to go back to Eligio because she does things to get his attention. She's not done with the cult. She like does little things to communicate with him through the video. Even if they aren't directly communicating, she does do things to get his attention and she does respond to things that he does. This guy named Eligio, he has several wives. They're not real wives, but he is legally married to Velvet. But anyway, he has several wives and they all have group sex. And basically, like they're all together, but then he rotates his wives, like gives them to other members of the cult. It's pretty sick. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, and they are all rumored to have the house in Virginia because the cult leader, Eligio, he has admitted to sleeping with people who have the house in Virginia unprotected. And he stated that the house in Virginia is not real. It was created by the government and disease is in the mind. He says all these crazy things that, is not factual. These are all the cult members. That picture you just saw, and that was on their wedding day. They all got married to each other. Like he paired up different cult members to get married. This is when they all got Eligio's name tattooed on them. This is Velvet with her husband Eligio and their baby. This is Velvet trying to get Eligio's attention during her most recent, leaving the cult most recently. But anyway, this cult is very sick. honestly, they're very sick. I've been like following the cult for a long time, and I have a lot of information. I'll be making some videos just to like give a crash course on what this cult does and the different members of the cult. Um, and hopefully this will clear up some things because this cult has been going on for a long time and there's a lot of information, but sometimes like people make videos and it's not really clear what the cult is about or what they do. And sometimes these videos are like an hour long, and ain't nobody got time to be watching a video that's an hour long. So I'll make short videos explaining what I know or what, information I have, and hopefully it could um, be like a crash course for whoever does not know about this cult. And even though they've done all these crazy things, illegal things online, and said that they've done these things, for some reason, the leader has never been arrested. Like he's admitted to letting his son touch his penis right after he had sex. Like weird stuff. Like they say some really disgusting weird stuff, and they're still out there running around, and nobody has ever been arrested. So it's very strange. But anyway, this is just a crash course on who Velvet Marquez is, and basically her role in the cult.